So we're on to a fresh week, and you will have to forgive me because I'm sure, as you can tell, I am dying very slowly and very uncomfortably. I feel rotten. I don't know what is up with me lately, but I just seem to be catching everything and everything. I feel rotten, but I've got to keep going. So you'll have to forgive me. I don't know how much I'm going to be shooting this week because talking not nice. So I'll try and keep it short and sweet before I start choking. Good news is we've got the Clio back. I had its MOT and a service that only came out at £190, which I think is fantastic. So there should be some good profit in that. Fucking Lord. Yaris, still waiting to hear back from that. Got a car coming in, as I said last week. Peugeot 207cc. Quite a rare spec one, so if it's here in time, I might do it for my Wednesday video. But other than that, what is happening? Time wasters. Look, I'll try not to drop yous. Time wasters. It's all I seem to be getting at the minute. I don't like to be the one for complaining, but it's just wearing me down. I've got to be honest. Hold my hands up, it's wearing me down. I had the gentleman interested in the Clio and the Yaris. Then he messaged me saying, oh, I found another car over the weekend, I'll leave them for now. I was like, thanks for letting me know, but it's just annoying because that seems to be what is happening at the minute with everything. I don't know what the crack is. Everything's getting prepped right, everything's advertised right, it's photographed right. I'm running out of things that I can tweak and change. So there must just be something in the air. I don't know what it is. Obviously, I'm going to be trying to level up my stock a little bit, trying to get a bit newer stuff. That might help a little bit. But we'll just see how things pan out. Is it irritating? Yes. But unfortunately, time wasters is just something that we have to accept in this trade for some reason, which really annoys me. So yeah, I'm going to get the Clio cleaned up, get that looking nice. It looks alright now. I've gave it a clean. It's quite a clean car anyway, so it shouldn't take a great deal to get it nice. Just wants the little tiny details. And I think I'm going to try leaving it with the little mark on the side. I've got it like 85-90%, so it looks alright. So I'm going to just try and look because I don't want it going to the body shop for 2 or 3 weeks. And then by the time it comes back, it'll practically be the end of the month, and I won't see any benefits of it because last month, selling one car is the first time in 2 years Foster's Car Sales has ever been in the black. I basically made enough to pay the rent here, not my insurance. Luckily, I pay my insurance at the beginning of the month, so it kind of comes from the month before's earnings. So in terms of this month, I don't have the money to pay my insurance. Well, I have the money to pay my insurance, but I haven't got it back from the business, if you know what I mean. So hopefully we can get things sorted that way. It just takes one phone call, doesn't it? But yeah, I'm just gonna try and keep myself alive for today. That's the plan, really. So this is how the Clio's turned out anyway. Doesn't look too bad. Just got a few little bits and pieces left to do. The tyres and the plastics. But overall, it has come out quite alright. As I said, I think that for the time being is good enough. Perfect? No, far from it, but damn sight better than what it was. And as I said, the camera makes it look worse than what it is. The way it's reacting, the camera's reacting to the light. Inside, again, come out quite nice. It was quite a tidy, clean car. Not needed any like seats wet vacuum or anything like that, and it's just wanted a quick hoover and treating of the trims really, which is good news. Oh, even the boot was quite clean as well. That just wanted a quick hoover. But you know, I've got the door shuts. looking nice. So that's all good. I've even done something I don't really tend to do a lot, but this one's got quite a lot of plastics in the engine bay. So I've done the engine bay. I'll pop that bonnet and I'll give you a look under there. Yeah, look at that. Looks lovely. Absolutely lovely. Yeah, this is going to be a nice car for somebody, definitely. So what I did want for its MOT, I think I said in my last video, I just wanted a bottom arm, a rocker bulbs, and that was it. Bottom arm headlight bulb, number plate light bulbs, high level brake light bulb, couple of advisories on it. Front discs, he says they're alright, and very, very slight leak at the back box. He says it's just coming out of where like the outer casing joins. He says you can't hear it unless you're underneath it, so he advised just to leave it. So that'll do for me. So I need to get these last little bits done. I need to get outside and get it photographed. I really am quite happy with how this little one's turned out. Perfect? No. If you get right in, you can maybe see the finer scratches and things like that. Will I bring them out? In all honesty, I'm not confident it'll bring it out. That's why I didn't do it. I don't want to cut and polish it to not see any sort of difference. I mean, like, if we look at the wing, absolutely spot on, but you have to get, hey, you see these tiny little ones here? Like, there's no point in doing a cut and polish to rectify them little things. If you chase perfection with all cars, you're going to end up, they're going to owe you more time than what they're paying you for. So you got to be realistic from time to time. You've just got to be like, whoop, that there, good enough. And you know what, I think whoever comes and looks at this car will be quite happy with it. They'll maybe go about the dent, but I can use that as a point to say, look, I can knock you a little bit off for that, or if you give me the full asking price, I can get that sorted, but you could be waiting 2 to 3 weeks for the car. So I could say I could knock it 100, 150-ish quid, because I think that's roughly as to how much it probably has cost me to get that sorted. And you can take the car now, or you can agree to buy the car, leave a deposit, and potentially wait 2 to 3 weeks, possibly even longer. You never know. My body shop is a very busy, man. So yeah, we'll get all the bits and that off it and get these last little bits seen to and get it photographed. Well, you'll have to forgive me because it is a bit windy today and I forgot to pick up my mic. But you remember last week when I was like, well, I might start focusing more on Renaults and Dacias and things like that. Put that up for sale yesterday. So that sinking for a minute. Yesterday. It's even more annoying. I also paid for an advert yesterday. This morning, somebody messaged me through my Facebook page, not through Auto Trader. Can I come and look at the Clio? Pow! He even came early. They seemed to be freaking keen as mustard to come and buy this car. So, you know, maybe it's the old noggin was right. Maybe they should really start focusing on Clios and Renaults and things like that. Yeah. You could maybe argue, well, if that's sold so quick, why haven't these? Maybe they're just not the right sort of stock. Who knows? But they're not going anywhere. You know, that car not going anywhere. That car not going anywhere, because somebody will be in need of a cheap car and they will come and buy them. And look at the Peugeot as well. Really, I should have the roof down while it's on the forecourt. Tell you what, I'll flip you around and we'll just have a good look at them and see what we think. I mean, like, the forecourt is looking loads better. Am I fully stocked? No. I've still got the Yaris to come back, which hopefully should be done today. Hopefully that's all good.
because then that'll go in that little spot there. I did try and keep them organised in terms of price range, you know, starting from low to high. I got sick of moving them about all the time. I've moved these cars God knows how many times. But yeah, look at that, looks a nice car in this sort of weather. And it's a decent price as well. It is still below the Auto Trader recommended, so that's looking good. Obviously, the most beautiful thing on here is that price board there. So they're coming to get that next week. They say. I have just taken a deposit on it, and they're coming next week. It sounded like, just going off the vibes I was getting, they are quite keen on it. So I did knock a tiny bit of money off. It was up for 1695. I've done it for a straight 1600 quid. And as well, they weren't bothered about that at all. So that's even better. They said it's a really clean car, and I even said to them, look, you know, I could sort that out. It'd end up being more money, wouldn't it? And they were like, no, that's fair enough. It's a first car. What do you expect? You know, the little Colt still here. Looks really nice in the sunshine. I'm not going to lie, it's a nice colour. One of the tyres is starting to go a little bit flat, so I might have to get that pumped up. But again, looks a cheap car, really cheap car that. I think when I bought this, the cap on it was like £2,000 because of the low mileage. So, I mean, like, I can't afford just to keep blowing money on these cars. You know, I've lost money left, right and centre with the Touran, which is obviously not here, don't worry. It's there. I pushed it by myself. My legs were burning. So don't worry about that. That's just moved a little bit out of the way because I didn't like it being over here. It just made the place look an absolute pigsty because it wasn't parked up right and things like that. I just didn't like it. So I moved it over there, and then I can also see it from my office window. So it just gives me a good reminder as, oh yeah, you need to sort that out. But also kind of reminds me, don't make any stupid decisions like buying VWs. Buy these. And then the Aveo. Really surprised that this hasn't sold. I know Chevrolet Aveo, maybe it's not the most popular car in the world, but that is a low mileage car with good MOT. It's been MOT, it's been serviced for a fair price. That there, I don't care what you say, that should sell quite easy. And it looks a bonny thing as well. It honestly does look a bonny thing. The Dacia, another one. Why is that still here? Why is that still here? 2018, that is one of the cheapest 2018s in the country for 3695. Why is it still here? There is a bit of a wet patch underneath, but that's not off this. I don't know what it's off. You can see they're all over the place. I'm guessing it's just off the water. But why is that still here? Auto Trader said this is 72,000 miles over what it should be. So that means it should be a 50,000 mile car. You know how much one of these with 50,000 miles is? £7,500. You can go buy one of these for £7,500 with 50,000 miles and won't have the history. Won't have the history. I do have potential somebody interested in this, but whether that comes through or not, I do not know. But I mean, like, the fact that this car is still stood here absolutely baffles me. I thought there'd be a queue of people. You know, it's a nice one. It's a stepway. It's a good spec. It's got all the bits and pieces you want. But at the end of the day, it's the price that's the main thing. Look at that price. Oh, there goes somebody's keys. That is the main thing. That price. I think the fact that this is still stood here is absolutely criminal.
Right then, so that's good news. Getting a deal done for the Clio. They should be coming in a week to pick that up. All being well, from speaking to them, it sounds very positive. You know, but you know, if not, that car will go. I have had plenty of interest in it already. So that is not the end of the world.
In terms of everything else, as to what I've got outside, Colt Avio, I know people are probably going, why don't you just trade them on and then get yourself some more rental products? Great, yeah, I'd love to be able to do that, but I just haven't got the turnover to be able to afford to take them hits on them cars. It's just going to ruin the business. Simple as that. I've took big hits on the 308. That was £700. You know, the 2 grand settled there. That's currently got 3.5 grand tied up in it. That's a 3995 car. So the math's just mathing on that, and I could potentially spend more on it. So, but unfortunately, I can't get myself out of it because at the end of the day, if I get out of it now, it's basically scrap. You know, what's that worth, scrap? 400 quid? My heart just skipped a beat there thinking of how much money I'd lose there, you know. If I was turning over 5 cars a week, you know, I'd be like, yep, no problem, you know, we'll send that away, get that sorted, we'll live with that, and then we'll live with that. But can't do it. It's as simple as that. I'm not in a position where I can just afford to burn money. You know, but then at the end of the day, you know, I watch Chops Garage, I watch Shift and Metal, and I watch Car UK. All of them seem to be like absolutely going crazy with sales. Car UK's even had to stop advertising, selling his cars, because he's just got that much work on. I'd love to be in that situation. Love to be in that situation. So if you can come and buy my cars, that would be great. God, I look terrible. Stress, it's what it does to you. But it doesn't beat me. And it'll take something really good to beat me. So yeah, once we get the Yaris back, that'll be a good one as well. Quite confident of that selling, because Yaris is a popular car. Maybe it looks a bit of a dear car, I'm not going to lie to you. But they do hold the money really well. Stupidly well, if you ask me. So, you know, it's just the way it is. Can't afford to get rid of them. So they're just going to have to sit there until somebody comes and gives me a substantial amount of money. For them, I'm saying substantial amount in the world. 12.95 is not a lot of money for a car. But, you know, it is what it is. It is what it is. They're good cars. They will sell, no doubt about it. So I will be now shopping for Clios. More Clios. Hopefully we can get them turned over quick. You know, hopefully that one goes, and then I can then push on, getting more, investing more. So that is great. I'd also like to thank you lot also very much. Obviously, since the rebranding of the channel from Budget Bangers to Car Sales Community, there was a bit of, you know, it was a bit 50-50 as to whether you thought it would be successful or whether it'd be worth doing. As it turns out, yes, it has been worthwhile doing. In terms of subscribers, it has gone, I think I've got a big boost, a nice boost in subscribers. We're getting very close to that 2,000 mark. We've got a couple of months. So if you haven't, just hit that subscribe button. I need to get to 2,000 just to make myself happy. But also in terms of the channel's revenue, and this has actually been the best month for this channel. I think last time I checked, it was 92 quid. I know it's not a lot, but at the end of the day, it's something, isn't it? It's basically money just to sit here and talk to you, talk about doing what I love, and free advertise. I'm getting paid to advertise, basically, which is always good. I know there's some traders out there that are a bit of a dinosaur, and they're just like, you know, stop making videos, stop messing about, just focus on selling cars. Look, if I was busy, I wouldn't be doing this so much, but I'm not busy at the minute, so I'm just plodding on, shall we say. But yeah, thank you very much for that. I do appreciate every single one of you that watch, like, subscribe. So we've got a couple of months to go to get to that 2,000. All we need to do 2,000. I think the last video I checked, 70% of the people watching my last video were not subscribed. My last Wednesday video, I think it was, which was on the Clio and the Yaris, 70%. So if all you can do is just go subscribe, don't even have to ring the bell. or anything like that, just helps me out. So I would greatly appreciate that very much. So yeah, we'll keep plodding on, try and get some more sales in. I'm going to keep focusing on my social media because that seems to be how it's just panning out for me at the minute. So that is great. But yeah, watch this space. We are going to push on. We are going to be successful. That is a promise. Now, when I say things on this channel like this is a funny old game, you can't plan your days out because it could be nothing or everything. I've only gone and sold another one, haven't I? I mean, like, I didn't speak to anybody last month. It's crazy, isn't it? And then 2 deals done for 2 cars in 2 days. Oh, how? How? It's crazy, isn't it? So yeah, it's a crazy old game, this. I wish you could predict things like this, but you just can't. But another positive is that is another sale through my Facebook page. So again, I put an ad up on that for Auto Trader, and I've ended up selling it through my Facebook page for free. So it's definitely looking like building up my social media page, and that is definitely going to be the right way to go. It's kind of got me on the fence a bit about putting stuff on Auto Trader, if I am being entirely honest with you, because it's expensive. Yeah, I think it was like 50 quid for the advert for that Peugeot, which I know, not a great deal of money, but when you spend the money for no sort of like return to yourself, it's not worth doing, is it? So, but I'll have to keep doing it because I don't want to miss out on them potential sales. But it's just one of them things, isn't it? Just got to keep on building that page by the looks of it. But the main thing is, I can now afford to eat properly. Lovely, isn't it? So yeah, and they took a free tin of sweets as well. I'm getting a Qashqai in part exchange, 2 litre diesel, 4-wheel drive one. Looks an alright car, not sure what I'm going to do with it. Bit mileagey, 149 on it. I could 1795 it. That seems a fair price for it. This is a 4-wheel drive. Expensive on the road tax, but I tend to find people who drive 4x4s not bothered by road tax. People drive Jeep Grand Cherokees and they're over £700 a year to tax, and then do like 10 miles a gallon. So we'll just see how things go. We'll get it in, and I think she said she's just put some fuel in it, so I'll get a bit of use out of it hopefully and get to drive it around a little bit and see what it's like and make a decision then. More than likely I'll either try and trade it out or I'll send it to auctions. It's probably going to be the best bets for them. But we'll see. We won't make any judgment calls until we actually know what the car is properly like. Right then, so it's Friday. Sun is absolutely blasting, can't say a thing. Good day today. It's a good day today. The 207 has gone. That's sold, obviously, as I said. And they came and picked it up the next day. Part exchange. The cash cow. This is the 2 litre diesel. Not a bad old car, really, if I'm going to be completely honest with you. It doesn't appear to be anyway. I've took it for a spin round the block and that, little bits like, a mirror cap isn't the best and the mirror is a bit wobbly, but I think that looks like that's had a replacement mirror, so being quite loose with replacement mirrors is quite a common thing. Obviously, diamond cut alloys, what doing? Can you justify doing it? Not really. It's got 149,000 on it, I do believe. But nice car, nice colour. It's the N-Tech. Not sure whether it's the N-Tech Plus. I have locked it. But it's also a 4-wheel drive one. So that's quite rare, isn't it? Don't see a lot of them, especially not around this way anyway. Overall, prep-wise, in terms of bodywork, obviously, they said the wheels, mirror cap wants repainting. They've got a tow bar. There's a little bit of damage here, which looks like it's been done in the past. It's been repaired. Again, you can't justify doing that on a car of this age, surely. But nah, nice. It's nice. Looks like it's even got privacy glass as well. So it's come with half tank of diesel in. So you know, can't sell it with that in, can we? Got to test drive them thoroughly to make sure they're right, and also to save me some money because I need it, because I ain't got none. Yaris is back. I need to get this valeted up. It's come back from having its clutch done. It drives absolutely perfect. Now I'm not gonna lie to you, I was a bit concerned. In the back of my mind, I was like, gearbox, and it was there niggling away. But now I've got it back. Perfect, absolute perfect. Gears are as smooth as silk. And they've checked it over as well when they were doing it, and they said it's fine. They had a look at the exhaust that was advised, and they said, look, it's fine for what you're charging for these cars. So these are their words, not mine. For what you're charging these cars for, it is completely acceptable. He said, you're doing the expensive job of the clutch, which didn't necessarily need doing. If I'm being honest with you, you could drive it perfectly. It's just when you were parked up and you say you go to find first, and it just go. So it didn't necessarily need doing. There's a lot of people out there that probably wouldn't have bothered. So he said, look, you've done the expensive job. If you leave the exhaust, you know, that's the cheaper job, isn't it? So I'm sure down the line, it might want an exhaust. Look, it's an old car, isn't it? But I've done what I need to do to get it right. So it just needs valeting up now. And yeah, looks like there's going to be a wage in that one, which there was people in the comments of the last video for it saying, oh, just somebody actually said, oh, with the Clio and the RS, he just said, bin them off, just put them up for sale. Don't waste your time with them. There's no money in them. Obviously, that is sold for the asking price. Only wanted 190 quid to spend on that to get it through its MOT. And then this one, I really can't see this one sticking around too long. I will be surprised. Really nice car, lovely to drive. Quite nippy as well for a little 1.3. It just needs a good clean, and I need to do a little repair on the seat where the stitchings come away. Again, there's not a lot of people in the world of these sort of cars that would do that sort of thing, but we just need to get it tidied up and get it looking like a little Bobby Dazzler. And yeah, I think that there is going to be a good car. I need to try and suss out whether it needs a service or not. I don't know whether it's got any history or not, but I need to have a look and suss that out. Might crawl around on the floor and do that myself to save myself some more money. But so far, so good. We're getting things done, which is good because I need it. So I need to get that in, get it valeted up, and sort out, because it's a little bit of a scratchy car. So we need to get that sorted. Right then, let's have a look and see how this little gem has turned out. What a beauty. I've given it a full cut and polish. A few little bits to finish up. I need to finish up the seat and get my wife to do that on Monday. But other than that, really just daft stuff like shining up the tyres and things like that. But obviously there was a load of scratches around here which I've touched in and polished back, which are barely visible. And then you can see there, come up quite well. You can see like here, there's still a few odd little marks on it, but at the end of the day, it's 119,000 miles on it, isn't it? And I think for what it is and what I'm listening for, it's come up extremely well. There was obviously damage down this side. You've just got the small dent, and if you get in close, still see the odd little marks. I'll probably try and touch that in a little bit, or it feels like it's just a bit of transfer. Maybe my polish has missed it where the dent is, so I'll get into that. But look how well that's come up there. A few marks here and there still, yes, but as I always say with all cars, if you chase perfection, you're never going to achieve it. So I am happy. I am happy. Still some finer details to do and give it a service and things like that, but overall, I am happy. So we'll have this up for sale Monday. Here's to hoping. So yeah, what a way to finish the week off. It's cheered me up, that has. So I'm going to be driving around in the Qashqai, see what that's like. That there could potentially be a car that I've retail. I know, I'm not very smart, but it seems to drive alright, and if it drives alright over the weekend, it's just had 850 quid spent on it at the beginning of the year. It's had its brakes done, it's had a service and things like that, so if it doesn't want a lot to get through a test, you know what I mean? And it's had some of the previous advisories for the MOT done as well. So, and it's a nice spec as well. I think it's the N-Tech, but I don't know whether it's the N-Tech Plus or not. It could be because it's got pan roof, Bluetooth. It's obviously the four-wheel drive, and I could see me retailing it. But anyway, yeah, it's nice to get some sales under my belt. Hopefully the Clio's gone next week as well, which will be brilliant news. And then get this up for sale. I cannot see this one hanging around for long at all once it's done. It'll be a canny little car, and it drives lovely. But yeah, we're building. But anyway, as always, thank you for watching. All the usual links will be in the description down below, and I will catch you on the next one.